IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM
Daily.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of IVM Daily, and I'm Survi. Today in the studio I have with me Swati.
Hi.
And Abbas.
Hi.
Hey guys, what's up?
Nothing much. Actually, a lot.
Okay, a lot is up and...
Tired.
Oh, okay. The Swati has a lot of other things going on. But today, on this episode of IVM Daily, we're going to probably just talk about the recent news where basically actress Tanushree Dutta has been talking about, or she's alleged that Nana Patekar harassed her while shooting for a film.
Yeah.
In 2008, so it's been 10 years, and this has recently come out. And apparently, so I was just on BuzzFeed, and I think it's one of the websites they basically put out an article saying, look at these 12 pictures of Bollywood actors being like glamorous and still not coming out and talking in support of Tanushree Dutta. So like everybody's like starting to worry, like, or just wonder, why is nobody taking a stand, or even just forget taking a stand, at least come out and talk about it.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
It's very surprising, Bollywood comes across as, it's not that they've not spoken about things, they do.
But I feel like only a handful of people.
A handful of people, yeah.
You can tell it's like Swara Bhaskar, you can tell
Yeah.
who will take a stand, Nandita Das, and all these people. Like, I know exactly who will come out. Not the, the big wigs. They don't ever come out.
So definitely this is something to think about, and we all should actually consider this really seriously. That why is it so that this industry is just so huge, which is so big, and it involves so many people, so many women. When it actually comes to talking about women, how they suffer, they just go silent on that.
Yeah.
They're so vocal about what sort of clothes, what fashion, which
Exactly.
shampoo,
What are you wearing?
what are you
does-
wearing, the airport look, and all those things. They're so just the
Yeah.
kind of reporting that we get from there. We do not have any serious reporting on these kind of allegations. So someone who comes out after 10 years, then it becomes a headline.
Yeah. I think Surbi was also saying today that if you take a look at today's newspapers, even the tabloid ones, they barely mention this. Like you were saying, it should actually be on front page, especially in papers like the little supplements that come with the main newspaper, which primarily talk about Bollywood and actors.
Yeah.
Page
Even
three, yeah.
page 3, even they have not given any space to this particular incident. So yeah, it is very, very sad, and I think a little alarming also that what more does one have to do to speak up.
I would just like to also give our listeners some context on this if they don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So Tanushree Dutta recently came out with a statement where she alleged that Nana Patekar on the set of the film Horn Okay Please harassed her. And that's not all. Apparently, when she left the set, and also the word suddenly when this was happening, and she went back to her vanity van, the word on the set was, "Oh, the actress is being not being cooperative."
Yeah.
And,
And what's even scary is that they say when she wasn't coming out of the vanity van, some goons turned up at the set, and they broke her car
also.
and all of that. So that's
It is scary.
Gives you an idea of how ingrained this thuggishness of the industry is ingrained into the culture, that if someone's being difficult, especially a woman, they'll actually go to the lengths of calling thugs on the set. So yeah, it is a sad state of affairs. And what I found very shocking was that a lot of people counter-alleged that why is she speaking up about this now after 10
Yeah,
years,
this is like-
after
this
her
is
career
so
is over.
stupid.
And then a lot of journalists and women on Twitter actually dug out articles from 2008 where she was like, she did speak about it.
Yes, yeah.
And if you read the language of those articles which came out in 2008, one article ended with, let's see where this leads Tanushree Dutta, whose career is already struggling.
Oh my God.
So it's like shaming the victim.
Yeah, it's like we'll
Yeah.
write this in our papers, but we'll also demean you.
Exactly, yeah.
So like, where is this going?
Yeah.
And talking about this whole thing, Padma Lakshmi also came out with a whole story. Like, she also recently wrote out for the NY Times. And that was also, again, she addresses the point about why, if somebody deals with like harassment or something that if they deal with rape, they don't even know how to, like it's scary to come out with it immediately. First of all, you're very confused if it happens to you at an early age, you're very confused if it counts as rape. You're just like, so again, I feel like,
and if you're asking this question that why after 10 years, you also have to realize or question the reasons behind, this kind of delay. Do you have that support structure which allows women to come out and speak about it? No. Because when they speak, they are alone. They know that. And second thing, we do not know about Bollywood, how it functions, because we are not insiders. We just, understand from whatever we read. And it seems as if this industry runs on relationships.
Okay, so what I thought, and again, I may be wrong, but the thing is, see, they're not speaking out against Nana Patekar.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, Nana Patekar isn't the most relevant or the biggest guy in the industry. It's so you can imagine if some like a big shot producer or director is accused of this, then to forget it. Like if you're not going to even question someone like Nana Patekar, who according to me I think is beyond his heyday,
or
or
would not have destroyed anyone's career, by the way.
Okay, but you know what? That's what I thought until yesterday, where I looked up a bunch of crime and I basically googled Nana Patekar crime, and he has done he's not basically a man of, he's a man of very short temper, and
that's
article,
what she said, that he has a history of assaulting women.
Assaulting women, and also one time I think he held up a gun against, like on a cop's head, like he said Janta nahi and all and everything. So this has happened. This is like,
so
again,
he has a history, and yet nobody is actually coming out and alleging or questioning
I feel like
him.
it's the other way around. He has a history, which is why people are like, this is a man you don't mess with. If he has a lot of political
See, but that again
power.
cannot be an excuse to be like, "Arey, he to does it. It's just Nana being Nana." You can't.
I know.
See, this is where I think primarily when the Me Too movement started in Hollywood, they made sure that they speak about it on every award show, every reality show, every ad.
It wasn't like a hush-hush thing.
Exactly. And the thing is, if something even remotely similar to that has to happen in Bollywood, again, you have to talk about harassment and assault on every reality show. Celebs keep coming guests on singing reality shows, dancing reality shows.
They never stop talking about it.
They never talk about it. If you actually want to make people aware, you're getting a primetime television audience, talk about it on reality shows, talk about it on award shows, talk about it in ads, in magazines, everywhere.
Yeah, and actors refusing to work with directors and so on, like
Exactly.
Woody Allen, Kevin
Yeah.
Spacey.
Exactly.
And you do not expect that kind of that kind of reaction here. Why?
No, which is very weird. Like,
exactly, like the two names you mentioned, Harvey Weinstein and Woody Allen.
Yeah,
5 years ago,
they
were dictating, success stories in Hollywood. 5 years ago, everybody would die to work with Harvey Weinstein or Kevin Spacey or Woody Allen, and now they are nowhere.
That's true.
And
Their careers are over.
They're not gonna get a comeback, right? So that kind of a backlash has to happen against the biggest people in Bollywood if they're accused of it, because you have to believe the victims, you have to let their voices
and
be
that's
heard.
what Tanushree said, that she said that Akshay Kumar and Rajnikant are working with him. It's their responsibility to say no, we're not going to work with such people. Why can't they do that? Like, they are superstars, why can't they say that?
Okay, we'll just take a quick break and be right back.
Hey everybody, welcome to another week on IVM Podcast. If you are not following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, I wanted to ask everybody, it would be really great if you could recommend a show that you like to a friend. That's the way that we're going to spread the word about podcasting. Please, please, please go ahead and do that. This week on Cyrus Says, we have film critic Rajiv Masan. Cyrus and Rajiv discuss films they grew up on, the allure of movie stars, and the bright future of Indian films. On Simplified, Chuck, Naren, and Shrikit tell us about eco-friendly Ganeshas and how Ganpati immersions can be more environmentally friendly. On The Seen and the Unseen, Amit speaks to Yazad Jal, a fellow for economic policy at the Takshashila Institute, about India's ongoing job crisis. On the Pragati podcast, lawyer and policy analyst Amaya Nayak joins Pawan and Hamsani to discuss the Syrian civil war that's killed 500,000 people and displaced more than 10 million Syrians. This week on Paisa Vaisa, Anupam talks to Deepak Shenoy. Deepak's the founder of Capital Mind, and they discussed portfolio management schemes. The Rediscovery Project is coming out with its 4th season. Don't forget to catch Ambika and Hoshna with all new episodes from the 25th of September. And with that, let's go on with the shows.
Welcome back, guys. We're discussing the Tanushree Dutta's recent accusation against Nana Patekar and how he misbehaved and harassed her on the sets of the movie Hono Ke Please. And we're all just very. I hope this starts a conversation because, again, like our set of examples and what we consider as an example is the Me Too movement in Hollywood. So,
I think more than starting a conversation, the conversation should continue, because what happens is it's a news cycle. It'll die down by next week, and then again nothing happens.
And also, so Nana Patekar recently actually came out. I think he spoke to NDTV about this. This is super
he's
recent.
Spoken to Mirror Now.
Oh, Mirror Now. Yeah.
So this report is in the News Minute, and the News Minute has actually quoted Mirror Now, and they said that they've spoken to Nana Patekar over the phone, and he said, "What can I do about it? You tell me." And when probed further, he went on to laugh and say, "What does she mean by sexual harassment? There were 50 to 100 people on set with me." So this is the reaction which is coming in.
Yeah, it says, I'll take legal action against her, but it is waste telling media about it because you will play up anything. Whatever people want to say, they can say, but I will continue doing my work. Does he have work?
I mean, I think
does he have something going on for him?
He's still pretty big in Marathi cinema, and I don't think he does theatre and everything as well. But see, that's the point. If something like this breaks in Hollywood, people would instantly stop working with that person, or at least question his, I mean, there was the case, like you mentioned, Kevin Spacey. Ridley Scott did a film last year, which the film was finished, and Kevin Spacey was in it. And after the allegations happened, they reshot his parts entirely with another actor and
that
released the
happened
film.
with Louis C.K. the movie also, right? When his movie
did not release. All
at
the
all.
distributors backed out, and then
which is a great stand to take.
Yes,
and again, like if you look at, say, I mean, I'm not comparing like a Hollywood apology, but I'm just saying Nana Patekar could have at least come out with a good apology.
Yeah,
that's just, I feel like that's not even asking for too much.
If you're defending yourself, you have to have a logic to defend also. I mean, what kind of defense is that? This is no defense.
Yeah, he's just like shrugging. He's like, I have no responsibility, and he's this close to saying she's making it up. Like the words just.
Yeah, which is another proof that in 10 years nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Like he was saying the same things 10 years ago. He's in 2008. He's saying the same things now. So yeah, very very bleak
Chances.
scenario.
But he has mentioned about media, so I just wanted to focus on that for a minute. That we have to question the way media approaches these things also. Like I mentioned that, the airport look and all those things, and the right to show your cleavage and all those things. If you can actually advocate those things, why can't you actually have a very, very strong and deep investigative story about it? You would always have people not telling you, and that happens with all the other kind of investigative reporting that we do. That you have scams, you have sexual harassment stories from offices and all those places where you have stories from there. You have had many stories coming from the digital space itself. We know one of the big brands in the digital space, the CEO had to actually resign, had to step down. So we know those stories, they are around. So why not Bollywood? Why not Hindi film industry or any other industry in this country? I do not understand why can't we have an investigative report from there?
I don't have an answer to that, but I'm assuming like you said, the industry runs on connections.
Yeah.
And I think that extends to media as well. The media is scared that if we break this, the industry will cut our paper or our channel off, and then we won't be able to get exclusive news bites, behind the scenes look. So might as well not go that route at all, which is a I would say cowardly position to take, because your first and foremost duty is to the people who are tuning into your channel or your newspaper or so on and so forth. So I think that whole vicious circle of connections of you give me this, I give you that. I think even our media is complicit in that.
Yeah, so the nature of reporting has to be questioned also. The role of media, in terms of Bollywood, because they're so the image of Bollywood is so glamorized that nothing goes beyond that. We do not even wish to probe any such thing which is dark and which is ugly.
And I think more than anything, consequences need to happen. I mean, sorry to say, but I don't think this is going to majorly affect Nana Patekar's career. I mean, Shakti Kapoor was caught on camera in the whole casting couch. He's back. He's doing movies. He's doing TV shows.
Yeah, you know what they do? I feel like with Aman Verma also, when that whole casting out scene happened, when he came back on Big Boss, his so they always, every time you come as a guest on Big Boss, they shoot like a little video of you, and this was basically his comeback to the industry after this whole scandal, and he didn't feel sorry. He's like, oh, but after that whole thing that happened, I really want to work. I want to work on my image. I'm like, excuse me, do you even deserve a chance? And Bollywood is super easy like that.
And then again, see this concept of Big Boss. Of course,
exactly.
I mean,
it's a platform for them to reform themselves. Not even reform, but like show their side of the equation. Give them a platform to give their justification of what happened, not completely ignoring the victim.
That's something which is a legal kind of investigation and not Big Boss story which has to come out. And the similar story was with Jitendra also. So there was a report in Hindustan Times in February 2017. February 2018, when a cousin of Jitendra actually accused her of sexual assault, and this happened 47 years ago.
Oh my God.
And nothing happened. We don't know, because there is no follow-up story.
Jitendra has built an empire of his name.
So this is a huge actually problem with this particular
industry. I really
industry.
hope that people start talking about this. Like, this is otherwise this is just going to keep happening, and people are just going to whitewash everything down.
Yeah, I hope more actresses come out, and consequences need to happen.
Drop some names and like actually figure a way out.
We really need to name and shame.
Yeah. Okay, I guess hope is all we have again. This is another one of those episodes where we just have hope that this goes somewhere. Thank you, Swati. Thank you, Abbas.
Pleasure.
You guys
I don't think you've thanked me before on an episode.
Thanked you before.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you were kind of taken aback, like, whoa, what do I say to that? Pleasure? Don't say pleasure again, please.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, thank you guys for being on this episode. You guys can reach out to us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And you guys can also reach out to us personally. Swati
Bakshi02 on Twitter.
You can reach out to me on Twitter at Abbas Momin.
I'm on Twitter at Small Talk Police, and thanks for listening to this episode of IVM Daily. Bye.
Bye.
Give me a word. या कोई भी लाइन. कुछ भी हो सकता है यार. क्या कहा आपने? टोपी. Okay. Mohan Joshi hated wearing topis. He felt suffocated in them. टोपी पहनते ही उसे स्कूल की याद आती थी. Where of course he had no choice but to wear a टोपी. But जिस दिन पास आउट हुआ, उसी दिन उसने अपनी टोपी का bonfire बना दिया. And since then, he'd never worn a cap or a hat. ना कड़कती धूप में, and not even to बचो from the ठंडी. But from Monday 26th February, Mohan Joshi had to wear a topi all the time. Why? Because if he didn't, everyone around him knew exactly वो क्या सोच रहा था. They knew that he was wondering how the girl in the yellow churidar would look बिना कपड़े के. They knew when he was calling the boss a सड़ेला टमाटर. They knew everything. पर ये सब हुआ कैसे? अरे भाई, यही तो स्टोरी है. और ये स्टोरी आप ही ने मुझे दिया by giving me the starting word. यही तो है The Croc's Tales. Words आपके, कहानी आपके लिए. Catch the stories on Monday and Thursday on the IVM website, app, and anywhere you get your podcast from. See you soon.
Shunyavan, 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 Shunyavan.
Hey, this is Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay.
And I'm Amit Doshi.
And we host Shunya One, the weekly podcast based on conversations about startups, entrepreneurship, across verticals like food tech or fintech, and digital payments, logistics, e-commerce, and of course, all the stuff from VCs and investors as well.
Over the course of our run, we've had some really great entrepreneurs. We've had Zishan Hayat from Topper, Naya Sagi from Baby Chakra, Ankur Sachdev from ShareChat, and Akrit from Haptic, among many, many more.
Yep, and we continue to get some of the biggest, smartest, and most innovative folks in the country in this space coming here, talking to us, all for you guys to listen to.
So tune in every Tuesday on the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from, and get a chance to be a part of all of the tech banter and entrepreneurship conversations on our Slack channel. Talk to our guests, they show up as well. All you have to do is request an invite on ivmpodcast.com/Shunya1.